Man, we need a mission. So if your is super independent, super self-sufficient, then we get the question of what our role is.
So hear me out. We need a mission as well. We don't want to just be doing laundry and cooking spaghetti.
Or just say,
but here's the thing. It's not just doing laundry and doing that.
We bumping heads right now. I don't think you appreciate that. I think you think I'm on you, and I think you so in a rush to show me you can do something on your own. Or just remember this moment. We're gonna rewind the tapes, and I want y'all to see just her. When was it? It had to be
like that
because I be chilling.
If y'all don't listen to nothing else I say tonight, the thing that men value most is gratitude, acknowledgement.
And I show that.
We just want to be seen.
So, like you said, survival mode.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm being. Like, yeah, I'm very appreciative and all that, like what you do, but I want to make sure I have it on my own.
That's kind of slapping my face like a flirt for what? My son ain't gonna, like, yeah, first of all, that's my son, so
I got you.
I ain't gonna, I feel you saying you need to be in survival mode for your son, but that's my son too, so what survival mode you in?
Right,
You're operating out of a place of fear, and that's not healthy, is what we're saying. Because if you'd had a man in your life that said, look, sit your ass down, I got it, your mindset would be very different than what it is now.
I've always had to be in survival mode.
Bingo.
I was a teen mom, so
That's
I
what
didn't have an option to not have money and not work and not be successful.
And that's women, I just be trying to understand them, because it's like, all the women want a man to provide, but then you get somebody who, not just necessarily you, but you get somebody who got a man to provide on how to do it, and then it's like, I'm gonna have my own. So it's like, do women really know what they want?
They do. They want to be safe.
Yep.
They want to be taken care of. But because I've never seen an example of a man that made a woman feel safe, I don't even feel like that shit is plausible. So I'm gonna keep my get out of jail free card in my back pocket just in case.
And I think a lot of us a little bit overconsumption as well. I do feel like we're in a capitalistic society, so I think that women can be safe, but I think they just want a whole lot more to where it just puts a whole lot more stress even on just the guy that she has.
That speaks to the lack of trust that a lot of women have for their man. And again, it's not necessarily what that man is doing. It's her history of not ever being able to depend on a man to say, look, sit your ass down. I got you.
But I'm gonna be honest. We keep it honest on her. I think that's what me and Cinnamon is going through right now.
Oh, damn.
I think Cinnamon, she want a job like for no reason.
Oh, damn.
I've been taking care of her since I was 24. She was 19, going on 20. Everything. And that's the type of man I am. But it's something in her that keep on. This 10 years, 12 years.
You know what it is?
Every bill, every this, every whole, like everything. I take care of everything. That's the type of man I want to be.
You know what it is though?
What?
Not to even cut you off. Is the issue with that is the same way we think. We come from the trenches. So regardless of how successful we is, we still out there pushing hard every day. We still out.
But he been taking care of her since she was 19. He said taking care of all the bills, and he's successful, Hitman Holler, and I mean I'm pretty sure they got money the whole nine. So is it actually her wanting to pour back into the household and help her man on a financial perspective, or is it just her actually wanting to say I don't need you for certain things and I can take care of things on my own? Which one is it?
They're doing podcasts, we creating content, we making money, we doing this. Why? Because I don't ever want to go back to that nigga when I was 12 years old and I couldn't buy them Jordans. 12 years old and I couldn't do this. So I want to make sure that regardless of what's going on, I'll be able to take care of me.
Yeah, and I look at it more so like I have a 7-month-old son.
Right.
Like anything, God forbid, anything happens, I need to make sure my son is good. So, like you said, survival mode.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm being. Like, yeah, I'm very appreciative and all that, like what you do, but I want to make sure I have it on my own.
But what
Absolutely.
about your
And that's
man?
something when you become a mother, I don't know, it's just something that kind of just clicks.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm sure you're doing a great job and have been. But like she said, she got a little baby to care after.
like-
So it's like, I want to make sure that things are good and smooth sailing for me and the family. I won't just say sin and a baby,
Yeah.
but for
I was gonna say
everybody.
that's my son too. I get
Yeah, I
it.
know that's
That's
my son.
crazy.
No.
But are they struggling? Is bills behind? Y'all about to get evicted? What she just said? It sounds admirable, but what does it really mean though? Like, are y'all really on the verge of getting put out? Your car about to get repoed, lights getting cut off. Is this whole survival mode thing? I understand the baby comes out, but is it still not something to say that we have a family unit that I got to nurture at the same time?
You know, for everybody, it
Yeah.
kind of makes you want to be like, dang, I want to be a part of this. I want to put something on the table. She doesn't have to, but she wants to. And I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
There ain't really nothing wrong with it.
Except when you start stepping on our ability to do that for you, because that's our job. Man, we need a mission. So if your is super independent, super self-sufficient, then we get the question of what our role is.
So hear me out. We need a mission as well. We don't want to just be doing laundry and cooking spaghetti.
Or just say,
But here's the thing, it's not just doing laundry and doing that.
That's what I was doing.
okay,
Changing
or
that.
It's raising our kid. Your is setting the tone for the house. Your is supporting me to be able to go out there and do what I need to do. Like, your role is pivotal.
For sure.
And I think that women don't understand how pivotal of a role that they can serve without having to go out there and goddamn hunt for food and hunt for goddamn survival. We doing that. So it's like, I need you to be,
Chain heavy.
I don't want to say content, but I need you to feel fulfilled in what it is that you provide. We are equally important in this relationship, but we serve different roles.
so what's
And
your
she mentioned spaghetti and laundry. Man, we all know the women that's actually housewives, they doing a lot of other things outside of just spaghetti and laundry. Y'all watching Housewives, y'all indulging in a whole bunch of bull crap, y'all entertaining yourselves. It's not all slaving in there, just being honest.
the woman bring to the table?
Women should bring support. Women should bring counsel. Women should bring encouragement. Women should bring inspiration. Like, when I wake up next to you every day and I get out that bed, you ain't going to work, I am. But I need to roll over and look at you and get inspiration to go out there and conquer the f***ing world.
You know what it is, bro? I need the 3 bubbles on my head again. I think, Cinnamon, I think you accidentally crushed my ego.
Oh.
Let me just tell you why.
Uh-oh.
Because I took pride, and I take pride in being able to tell. Like, one day we was just sitting down, I said, baby, you ain't worked. You ain't have to pay for a bill or nothing since 2016. Right?
Respect.
And I'm saying it proudly.
Grown man.
I'm like, everything. I'm like, you got cars, the houses. Like, I did that. Cinnamon said, why you throwing it in my face?
Okay.
No, for real. No, but I don't
That's
think you.
crazy.
I don't think you know what you. Listen,
No,
can I
okay.
talk?
Crazy.
Go ahead.
Let my man finish. He in his bag. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Let
He
him
cooking
cook.
right now. Go ahead, bro.
And when you said that, I had to say, no, I'm not shitting on you, because as a man, I felt good, that's my purpose. I
There you
felt
go.
like, and I think we start bumping heads a lot because you said it again, like, why you throwing stuff in my face? Like,
And we hear that too often as men, just being honest. If you're in a relationship, you definitely have heard that. And it's sad that we have to hear that when we just trying to explain the things that we actually do, and we trying to, feel appreciated about it.
yeah, I don't know. I just think we bumping heads now because you taking what I did and what I can stand on, and when I can sit in these cameras and say I provided for my fiance these last 12 years. I think we bumping heads right now. I don't think you appreciate that. I think you think I'm on you, and I think you so in a rush to show me you can do something on your own, or you don't need me to do that. I think that's where the job stuff coming in at, and I think that's what's going on right now.
When in reality, all bro doing is providing reassurance. For one, if you couldn't do those things, I wouldn't be with you.
Facts.
Just put the shit on the table, right? Because we got kids, we got family, we got businesses, we got all of these things. So if something happened to me, this is how men think, and this is how like a lot of women don't understand. If something happened to me, I need to feel confident in the fact that you can grab that steering wheel and keep this shit going.
Yeah.
So you working and being able to do all of these things is great. We're not stepping on that at all. Like we value that. But at the same time, don't feel like our like how proud we are of the environment that we creating is an indictment on your womanhood. It ain't
Yeah. Let him finish.
that. It's just the fact that, look, this is reassurance, baby. I got you. And I want acknowledgement for the fact that I got you. That's it. I know what you're capable of. I know how incredible you are. I know if something happened to me, you can go goddamn pick up the pieces or go out there and get a job real quick to goddamn get us from point A to point B. I know all of these things. That's why I married you.
That's why, as a man, you have to be the master of your own reality, because you can have a woman right here saying that we want successful men. The men got to make so much money to get with me. But in that same breath, you get with the successful man, I need to make my own money. I don't want to rely on him for everything. Like, why am I still asking for money? Like, I'm capable. I'm an adult. I need to do this for myself. What do you really want? We can't please you. It's just no pleasing you. So the only thing you can do as a guy, be a master of your own reality. Whatever woman can fit into your circle, into your life, let it fit, but still be in control of as much you can be be in control of as much you can be in control of. Because if you leave it to a woman, if you try and let her run the relationship off of her emotions, you're gonna be going this direction, that direction, this direction, that direction. It's gonna lead you right back to her being unattracted to you, possibly. Just being honest. So you better off just being the master of it and controlling it. Just being honest, man.
That's why I proposed. Right? So it's just women getting in their head that we on the same team. You ain't gotta compete with me, baby. When I'm bragging on these things, I'm bragging for us. I'm not bragging for me.
Facts.
I'm bragging for us. I'm bragging for the fact that regardless of what's going on, goddamn, I done created an environment for us to thrive. And
I took you out them streets.
It's not an indictment on you.
Okay, so if that's the case, what you're saying, perfectly fine. But if I'm telling you how I feel in that moment, it's probably because you're saying in your tone, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that.
The tone.
You're like basically like throwing it in my face. Like, if you're mad at me, just say if you're mad at me, you don't gotta do shit. I pay the bill. I do this. What do you bring to the table?
But
I'm just saying. That's it be how you say it.
But the thing is, we did argue, but she looked at it wrong.
Oh, this
What I'm telling her is the nagging or just something I feel like petty, and we doing something that shouldn't be doing, and I'm like, I'm out here doing these things, I'm working this hard, this and that. I shouldn't be going through this right here. She looking at it like, I do this and this, what you do? No, I was just like, yo, I do this and this, but what are we doing right now? What you doing this? Why you feel this? Like, what's the problem?
You know what it is?
I said to bring the stress down.
If we argue, so if we getting into it, of course it's going to be that tone. So of course I'm going to feel like, damn, like I know you doing all that. Like, you don't got to throw it in my face. Yeah.
But I know you doing all that. I know you don't got to throw it in my face. The thing that men value most, if y'all don't listen to nothing else I say tonight, the thing that men value most is gratitude, acknowledgement.
And I show that.
We just want to be seen. And a lot of times, a lot of women, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying a lot of women only talk to a man in regards to what he's not doing, or in regards to what he needs to work on, or regards to what, hey, you can improve on this area, da da da. So in our mind, it's a moving goalpost. And that is deflating for a man who's going above and beyond to make sure that we have a super comfortable life, to make sure that you're taken care of, to make sure that you emotionally tended to, financially tended to, all of these things. And it's a lot of women that forget to give that gratitude piece. Like, hey, baby, thank you for going out there and goddamn risking your life to make sure that we're doing what we're doing. Thank you for going out there and goddamn juggling what you're doing at this house, juggling what you're doing in your career, juggling what you're doing in your neighborhood, whatever the case may be, to make sure we good. And a lot of men don't feel like we get that acknowledgement. So when you get to saying what we not doing, that's gonna make us super defensive, because now I feel pressed to list all the things that I am doing. But it's because it's a lot of women, and again, not you, but it's a lot of women who feel like, why should I reward a fish for swimming.
Yeah.
I heard
That's a
women say
crazy
this
analogy.
shit. And the thing about that is, it's like, why should I reward a fish for swimming? All these fish is not swimming.
That is
Ask
true.
your homegirl about her man. Ask your sister about her man.
Yeah.
Ask your mama about the goddamn stepdaddy that just came in and tried. Ask her about them men. I'm doing some incredible.
Yeah.
That's true.
Now, mind you, it is what men are supposed to be doing, but most men are not doing it.
Yeah.
So I need
So if you got a good one, make sure you appreciate them.
my credit for goddamn doing what most of these niggas is not doing. And a lot of men feel like we not getting that credit. So when you come in to critique us, we feel like you don't see the 99 other things that we doing right. You pinpointing on this one thing that we need to improve on. And for most men, that shit gets to a breaking point. It's like, damn, like if I'm doing all of this and you complaining about this, what the fuck is the point?
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of the highest forms of reciprocation is going to be gratification, appreciation from our significant other or just girlfriend, whatever type of situation you in. Reciprocation is key, and us as guys, we appreciate being told, "Hey, you doing a great job. You holding us down. I'm so glad I got you in my life." Because if you see what some of your girlfriends go through with their relationships, if you're not going through that, if you living a little bit more of a softer life, that should show you to say, "Damn, man, I need to be appreciative of this." But I don't know if it just don't click in y'all heads or whatnot, or you just feel like the guys just, like you said, supposed to do it, which a lot of y'all kind of inflate that ego and say, I can possibly get another. And before you know it, it's like, damn, I had something great at home, but now I done lost it thinking that the grass greener.
I feel like there's two sides to a situation like that. Because your emotions are valid, your emotions are valid. And I think you guys just need to be more mindful of how you approach. Because I always say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And that's for both of y'all. But when you guys were first talking about it, I'm already tapping into where sin is, because I'm like, you probably said it in a way where she was probably offended or hurt.
Hold on, but does it matter though with the way exactly how it comes out? If I'm saying the right thing to you, does it matter if I'm a little bit louder or if my decibels just a little off to where it triggers you? You have to still be able to take the words and turn like. That's why we don't look at y'all as adults sometimes. That's why we still treat y'all like kids. And I know that sounds messed up, but think about what you said. It's the way how you said it to me. That's something that a child would say. And that's crazy because if the words coming out make sense, man, right, I done said some stuff to people to where it was messed up and the tone wasn't right, but it made sense. And they actually understood it and they didn't get mad. And it would have sounded like, damn, these is fighting words, but they appreciated the critique.
The first time when I asked, I was just, she talking about the argument. I'm like, I do this. When I was just asked, yo, I did this, and that. I was kind of, it wasn't an argument. It was kind of like me bragging.
And I just shut you down like,
no, you just like, you always.
I don't think I did that.
I'm telling you did.
I don't shut him down.
You ain't shut me down like that. You just you said it.
Wait. Let's stop.
What she did
right
there?
here.
What she did?
This is the issue.
Uh-oh.
Because bro feel like I'm getting slighted. And you're saying, I didn't slight you. So now you're gaslighting his feelings. This is how bro feel. You understand? And again, I'm not saying one side is right. I ain't saying one side is wrong. What I'm saying is acknowledge how that person feel, because if the shoe was flipped, y'all would expect us to acknowledge how it is that you feel. Even if we feel like, man, you complain about some bullshit. What the fuck is that? But you feel that way regardless. Yep. So we need to acknowledge the fact and unpack, why do you feel that way? And a lot of women don't acknowledge that. They tend to, again,
they'll run over it.
Flip and switch.
They run
in
over
terms
it.
of, well, you not doing this or you ain't doing that. And again, all that's great. But again, you picked a fucked up time to bring up what I'm not doing when I'm bringing my grievances to you in an effort to improve our relationship or to progress our relationship. And a lot of men feel like we get our feelings stepped on. So we get our needs and our wants and our stepped on.
1,000,000%. He said, you always got to bring up what you did.
When was this? It had to be during an argument.
But look, though. Look at the neck. You see that, though? Look.
I'm not rolling my neck. It had to be during an argument.
Rewind the camera, though.
Oh, no, I can see it. You can see the disregard for actually caring about his thoughts and his thoughts and emotions. This is not reciprocation. See, usually when it comes down to when we I would say it's a lack of accountability. When we call women out for things that they don't do, it's always, I never did that. What are you talking about? But he's explaining how he feels. She throwing it out the window. And I think a lot of us, we deal with that. That's why in this situation, this is so relatable because a lot of us guys, we deal with this in regular relationships. Large majority of women lack accountability.
This is what this is a trigger though. I'm glad you don't, but we're gonna rewind the cameras and you're gonna see when was it? It had to be like it's this though. Let's say we was at home though, talking regular. I would see that and I would feel some kind of way. We just remember this moment. We're gonna rewind the tapes and I want y'all to see just her. When was it? It had to be
like that
because I be chilling. Chilling, but I feel like that's disrespectful because I'm not even doing what I'm getting all this for. And that'll make me be like, you doing all this, and I do this, and this. What are you acting like this for?
That's probably what happened.
Exactly, because I feel like, what am I getting this for?
But see, again, I don't want to paint this as saying doing some.
No.
I want to paint this as this is what a lot of men feel.
Yes.
When we get to voicing our grievances, when we get to voicing on what you can improve on, it gets met with gaslighting. It gets met with spinning this shit back on what we not doing. It gets met with a shield. But when y'all come to us and say, you ain't romantic enough, we ain't been on a date, or you ain't this, you ain't that, we got to take that to the chin. But a lot of women don't take that shit to the chin. A lot of women get super defensive, and as a man, we don't want to disrupt the goddamn synergy in the house. Yep. So we just say, you know what? I don't feel like arguing. You right.
Yep.
But deep down, as a man, we start to develop resentment for y'all. Because we don't feel like whenever we get the voice of that, look at this, bro, them in this, like, you right, bro.
That's real.
That goes both ways. We feel the same, and I don't want to make it a tug of war, but everything y'all are saying, we can say the same thing. Because maybe she's not getting any credit for the things that she's doing.
But she
and not that we shouldn't even be seeking credit because y'all are already locked in. So why are we even looking for credit or validation?
And you know what's gonna happen? The dude's gonna throw up, hey man, but I'm doing all this stuff. I'm making you have a soft life. And guess what that's gonna make her want to do? I need to go work now. I need to go start making my own money so he can't throw this up in my face anymore. You see how it's a vicious cycle? This shit is constant. Somebody gotta be the bigger person. And I think women, y'all do yourself a disservice by not trying to be the bigger person. The guy's always trying to appease your emotions and feelings, but guess what? If you start appeasing to that guy's emotion and feelings, you're going to get the best out of that situation, just being honest. I'm telling you, especially if you got you a winner of a guy and you definitely not trying to step on his toes while he's trying to give you the best life, he going to give you an even better life. But most of y'all, a lot of guys stop wanting to do because it just presents itself as being selfish.
I mean, we should.
What she does at home on a day-to-day basis, which I don't know everything, but I'm sure it's a lot, taking care of a small baby.
For sure.
And what you do, it's a lot, because you're taking care of the whole house. Sure. So it's like, why are we like comparing?
But that's what I'm saying, we never compare.
Okay.
It ain't me saying you don't do what I do. This all started because I felt like she think I'm bragging on stuff that I take as a compliment that makes me get up every day to grind. Like what I take every day, I like being able to say what I did and what I do for. There's so many girls that be in my DM and say, I need a man that treat me like you treat Cinnamon. Cinnamon like, tell Cinnamon, give me her prayer. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like what I do it for. Like, I see, boom. But I feel like we got lost in well, you ain't got to keep on saying what you, and that's what a job, she feel like she got to, I feel like she got to compete. She trying to not compete with me, but she feel like, well, you know, I need a job because I don't want to feel like you said, the fear.
Yeah.
And like you said, that's kind of slapping my face, like a fear for what? My son ain't gonna, first of all, that's my son, so
I got you.
I ain't gonna, I feel you saying you need to be in survival mode for your son, but that's my son too, so what survival mode you in?
Of course, you're going to play your role. You're going to do what you have to do. I want to make sure I'm able to do what I have to do.
That's fair.
What does that mean?
That's it. Like, that's it. That's all. I want to be, if my son come to me, Mama, can I get this, and this? I don't want to be like, go ask your daddy.
See, it's gonna come from a place of greed. I need to buy this. I need to buy that. We need more, more, more. I know that's where it always comes from. They want to have the ability to just buy things frivolously without no control attached to it. That's how it always goes.
But it ain't that though, because you know it ain't gonna be that because you got your own.
I know
Amex
that.
car.
I
so
know,
what,
but
so
I
what,
still like.
what
I
that
still
don't make
want
sense
to
though.
have. It's not to be in competition. It's not because what you're telling me. You
crazy.
do this, you do that, and trust me, I don't want to work. I don't want to work, but I have a child now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking bigger. I'm thinking long term.
For sure.
I'm not, even if I'm not just, hey, something.
Right.
Something.
Right.
That's it. I can't think for myself or, just us anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I got to think for him now too.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid you fall off. Then I can handle it.
Yeah, but if you help your man more, you should be able to... I don't understand this. If you help your man more, if you get more locked into what your man is doing, you controlling all the affairs, that's you still handling business, opposed to you going to get a job somewhere. I don't know what type of work she's trying to do. Man, it's crazy.
As men, like, we need that acknowledgement. And I think that...
I feel like you...
Joe, you tell me every time how so appreciative, how so grateful I am.
That's something else though.
Right, so...
I ain't say you're not appreciative. That's a whole nother... I think that you don't like that I brag. You don't like that what I brag on. You think that's shitting on you.
No.
You don't like... If I was just sitting there, I wish I should have did it. I should have said to her and been like, yeah, baby, I got you. Remember, I got you 4 cars. I got you a house you want. I got you that. I promise you, you would have been like...
been so appreciative.
Nah, it ain't
so thank you.
It ain't...
You work so hard.
There you go. See, that's not even what I'm talking about. I didn't say you're not appreciative. I said you would have been like, do you know you can still be like, you ain't got to keep saying what you read for me without not being appreciative? No. That don't mean you're not appreciative.
No. If I'm telling him, you don't have to keep throwing that in my face, that means we got into it.
See,
he's saying it.
But see, I think that's the problem.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Because I'm not. That's all I'm saying. But I've been noticing that lately.
But if we're...
Because I be on the phone. My partner be like, damn, you just got such, man, you just got... Because she a sneakerhead now. So I just bought a 14 pair of jerseys. Like, yeah, I just got a boom, boom. And she'll be side-eyeing me. Like, it's like every time I kind of say something, you'll be like...
See, I didn't know. I'm just now hearing this.
I told you, I just brought it up. I'm telling you.
So, like we said, everybody's emotions are valid. So what he's saying, maybe it's really happening, although you're not doing it on purpose.
But I never said she was doing it on purpose. You see what I'm saying? That's why I said, I said,
right. I'm gonna leave it right there, y'all. I want y'all to watch this in the rest of it in its entirety because this is crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. I just wanted to shed some light. Man, we all going through the same shit. Everybody going through the same stuff out here, man. We struggling this hard out here. This is crazy, man. Reciprocation is everything. And reciprocation ain't always involved in you doing the same thing I'm doing. You see how everything that he does, it got to be met with her. Maybe possibly want to go get some type of form of income to give their child a certain life or do this or that. Sometimes buying more not always better anyway, man. Sometimes you end up spoiling your child when you're trying to, I want my child to have a better life than I had. I'm out to ruin my child now because I'm giving them things that I didn't have, and now I'm going to make them expect that type of stuff throughout their lives. And that's not how reality works. We have to still show that things are meant to be earned and worked for. But when it comes down to the dynamic between their relationship, I don't know them, personally on that type of level. Like I've heard of Hitman Holla. I'm not too familiar with his girl or whatnot, the whole nine. But I think what they're going through is very relatable. Especially he said that they've been together for a while. He's been taking care of her for like 16 years. I think he said like 19 and 24 or something like that, or 21, 24. That's for the I don't want to say that's like a high school sweetheart situation, but for that time period till later on, it's going to determine what type of girl you got. And just being honest, because if you might have a girl to where she's more feminine, I think it's going to be less of her showing her behind. Or maybe is this an all women thing possibly? Do a large majority of women do this? Like over time, as time go on, do they start showing they behind when they get a little older and then they already got you, things are more comfortable? Will they flip a switch and start saying that, I think I need to start doing my own thing. Is this something that all guys are going to have to face, or a large majority when it comes down to being in a relationship? That's going to be a tricky part, because I ain't going to lie, a lot of guys end up feeling and facing this, and that's why I feel like your woman probably might need to work throughout the whole time period. At one point, I was all for the whole, women having a super soft life, but I think it need to be only soft enough to where she don't have to work like a laborious type of job where the fingernails dirty underneath them or whatnot. But I think she definitely need to be working and doing something, whether it be next to you or something that other tasks, to where she's still working in the system. Because I think the dynamic to where you having one that's probably never gonna throw that back up in your face is probably gonna be very slim to none. So I think you better off going with the dynamic where everybody's already bred into, because everybody already bred into working, paying bills. People have to, that's a part of life. We're not gonna be able to erase that. So I think you better off going with the dynamic to where someone already was raised to have to take care of themselves, opposed to getting into like a more soft life instantly, because I don't think it's gonna be appreciated. I think even when they get it, they possibly still might not appreciate it, and then that's gonna leave you wondering why she's still doing this while I'm giving her everything. It's because you gave her everything. I think it still has to be laid out to a point to where she still knows the value of the dollar that I'm giving her. That's just how I feel about it. This was a crazy little setup, man. Make sure y'all watch this in its entirety. Make sure y'all like the video, comment below. This is your guy JayBReacts. Until next time, y'all. Peace.